Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Woo, welcome
Let's
back,
go.
Nio family. All of you
I wake up.
beautiful traders. How are you doing today? We have an absolutely beautiful video going over Nio stock, ticker symbol NIO, baby, and the broader term view of it, because I feel a lot of people have felt the pain recently, and understandably so, right? You have tweets like this. Oops, not that one. Bring me back. Bring me back. That's okay. I lost it. You have tweets about war and fear and uncertainty, and it is easy to get sucked in to the overall general bias, right? You look at the fear and greed index. Fear and greed index for the stock market sitting at 15 and crypto at 10, right? It is so easy to get sucked into that. But us in this channel, the traders who are here, we know, right? We know when people are fearful, you should be greedy. And I'm greedy right now, right? You see the broader market selling off in a meaningful way, right? IWM has seen a pretty big spill from 271 to 240, and the S&P 500 as well, seeing a nice rounding top. But the biggest thing is we're at significant support. You look at the 200-day EMA, right? You close to the penny on top of this thing. That's huge. If you see a bounce here, though, that should aid Nio stock. That should aid all of our lovable meme stocks. But what's huge here is on the weekly time frame for Nio, you have a lot of bullish support, and you have huge technical pattern that has been playing out for the last give or take year, right? This is a year in the making, this technical pattern. But when you look at it, guys, this thing could not be forming more beautiful. Let me pull up inverse head and shoulders pattern. And when I say this, guys, this is so significant. You look at the left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and you look at the neckline. Now look at where we are today on Nio stock. I'm on the weekly. I can delete a few things. Oh God, what am I doing? I can delete a few things, but I'm not going to, right? Because I want you to just use your trading eyes, trading glasses, and look at how perfectly this right shoulder is forming that U-shape cup. Now look at from the head to the neckline, just like the picture, right? Head to the neckline is your profit target on this thing, and then you put it for a potential breakout of 771. Now, breaking 771 will be one of the most significant technical marks in this entire stock's history, because the profit target from that takes you upwards of 18, guys. And by the time you get up here, there's a high significant chance that 771 is also going to be your 200-day weekly EMA, guys. That is going to be such a tough level to crack. But once you do, I expect volume. I expect explosions, right? I think this thing has so much opportunity to go higher here. And so when you eventually do, I will be calling the shots every step of the way. But that's just my intro, right? We're going to be talking about so much more about this stock. So make sure to slap the subscribe button, hit the like button, help the algorithm find this channel, and all the other Nio lovers who want to see technical analysis on this stock, because I try to be as unbiased as possible. We talked about a rejection candle here means bad news. And what you saw here was a rejection, a fat one at that, right? Down 7% of the week after breaking through this technical channel. And so you have so much support in this mid 5 to high 4 level territory. In fact, the first support being this channel trend line, right? You look at this uptrend, scoop 1, scoop 2, you're coming back to potentially test it one more time. But before you get to that, guys, it is so big. It's very significant that you hold this trend line or this technical indicator, the 200-day EMA, on the daily time frame. We talked about a significant opportunity to see a golden cross. What's a golden cross? I'll ask Grok. What's a golden cross in trading? And Grok is going to basically tell you it is one of the most significant bullish signals, right? Technical analysis It's when the 50-day EMA short-term trend crosses above the long-term trend, your 200-day EMA. Now, the most bullish, the best case scenario for Nio stock is that you see this golden cross happen, because the best golden cross happens when both indicators are trending up. I could show you a bad golden cross. I don't know if you want to see it, but unfortunately we had one on GameStop, right? 200 was moving down. You saw the 50 come up and fail, and then you got rejected. But you don't have that on Nio stock. On Nio stock, what you have is a pretty nasty setup in which this 200-day EMA is pointing up. The 50-day EMA is also pointing up. So if you could just hold strong here, Nio traders, at this significant level, right? And I don't think it's a coincidence here that you're retesting your previous high. Look at how perfect that is, guys. You can't make that up. That's worth a subscribe, right? You look at this high of, what is that high? 540. What was your low? 540. So from this swing high, you're literally just retesting your previous highs. So if you could find a bounce here, traders, then there's a high significance that you go back and you go for gap fills, right? You have one sitting at 659 and you have another sitting at 711. So if you're able to do that, then you can mitigate all of this risk. But if you open up Monday red, right? Let's say we see a flush. There's a couple different levels that we're watching for Nio stock, and it's best that you are available to think long-term of the good and the bad scenario, because you should have a trading plan. This gap fill currently sitting at 498 is the first level, and the second gap fill sitting at 459. Those are both two very important levels to be watching if this thing fails, right? Beyond that, you have this uptrend, so you would expect to hit it right around the mid 4 to high 470, give or take, right? So those are the levels to watch technically for next week on Nio stock. Like we talked about, the broader market is going to be such a key determination, right, of what this thing does next week. But there is some significant signs that you're showing long-term strength, stronger than IWM. That is huge, right? Stronger than the S&P 500 in our last couple of weeks trading, as you've seen a swing up in the stock while the S&P falls. That is so big. So what we're watching here is a swing high next week and a confirmation breakout above the level of 560. In fact, guys, I was kind of disappointed. I know we talked in the last video episode, whatever you want to call it, about Nio stock holding above 560 and closing above 6 in the week. You failed to do that, but it is not the end of the world, right? You have so much left to look forward to on this stock, especially on the weekly, right? On the weekly time frame, I want to give you the perspective of the Bollinger Bands. Let's look at the Bollinger Bands, because you're doing something pretty huge, right? The Bollinger Bands are constricting. That shows that tension is rising and the biggest move has not even happened yet. And to put that into perspective, right, you look at the way that this Bollinger Band expansion happened after this squeeze, right? Bollinger Band expansion typically means that volatility is about to come back into the stock. It doesn't tell you whether or not that's going to be high or low, right, up or down, but it does tell you that it's coming. You look at the general bullish direction of the stock. You look at the uptrend that you're on, and you look at the MACD. The MACD gives you a very good story, telling you that the weekly time frame, the long-term time frame, is bullish. Now you can see here your 9-day EMA on the weekly is about to cross above your 50. That shows that the short-term trend is going to be more bullish than the immediate. That gives me a bullish bias, right, that even if you come down here to test it and to test the mid-band on the weekly, that you're going to see a rally cry on this stock, and that this inverted head and shoulders pattern is going to come to fruition. And when that day comes, traders, I will be here and I will feel the same feeling that you're feeling? Probably relief, right? Because this last year of trading, 2 years even of trading, is finally coming to an end, right? You're finally seeing what pattern is showing its face, and it is a bullish one. So all that to say, profit target $18. F around and find out. Short the stock. Do whatever you want. But I feel like that's a pretty good video. I don't know. We talk about it a lot. GameStop, blah, 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 blah. Nio stock, there is a very clear trend here of upswinging earnings, right? Beating earnings last 3 times and actually showing a little bit of profit on the stock is huge for the overall trajectory. And for it to happen at the end of this formation is so critical to the overall thesis that we have. So all that to say, I love the stock. I'm bullish on the stock. Next week, if you haven't seen my previous video, watch it. It goes over the indexes and AMC and GameStop. Next week may be a little volatile, but overall, guys, I'm bullish on this stock. I really love the formation, and I'll continue to cover it every single day. So make sure to slap the subscribe button, guys. Hit the like button on the way out, and subscribe for the membership if you'd like. If you want to support me, it'd mean a lot. But God bless each and every single one of you guys. Hope you're having a wonderful weekend. And remember, the best is yet to come, guys. I love you all. Thank you.